Welcome to Sumner School Business Immigration Basics. In this video, we are talking about ways to extend or renew the TN status or visa. When a person enters the United States in TN status, they are generally admitted for a period of up to 3 years. During that 3-year period, they can travel in and out of the United States using their valid visa if they're from Mexico, or their TN status, just their passport if they are Canadian, because Canadians are visa exempt. There is a very narrow exception for Mexico requiring a valid visa, and we'll actually talk about that in the next video. So what happens at the end of the 3-year period? What do you do to extend your status or to renew your visa? If the TN worker is Canadian, that person can actually apply for a fresh TN visa at the port of entry. If a person is Mexican, they would need to apply for a new TN visa, an extended or renewed TN visa at the US consulate in Mexico. They would then use that visa and then re-enter the United States, and they should be granted, again, up to an additional 3 years. If the visa is still valid, Mexican citizens can try to leave the United States with a valid visa and re-enter. They should be granted a new 3-year period. I have had the experience before, though, and I've heard of this experience happening where the officer at the port of entry says that the departure was not meaningful and they decline to give an additional 3-year I-94 period. I have had clients do this successfully before, so if you try it, just know it may or may not actually work, and you may have to try another method. If the TN worker is Canadian or Mexican, and if you do not want to leave the United States, the TN employer can file a TN extension, petition extension with USCIS. That petition extension has to be filed before the current I-94 expires, and the TN worker can work for up to 240 days while that TN petition is pending with USCIS. Regardless of the option that you choose, make sure that you're working closely with your immigration attorney to make sure that you meet all of the requirements and that you have all of the documentation that you need to extend or renew your TN status or visa. And make sure you're including family members. If you have family members who are here in the United States on TD status, that is spouses or minor children, they also were granted I-94s when they entered the United States, and they have to keep those current as well. And of course, if they are from Mexico, they have to have a valid visa to be able to travel in and out of the United States. In our next video, we will be talking about automatic visa revalidation. Until next time, I'm Emily Sumner.